Hey folks, this is Kelani. BlizzCon is just around the corner, which means we'll soon find out everything they've been hiding for the past 6 months, or maybe even longer in some cases. The BlizzCon schedule was finally updated for 2019, so let's have a look through and see what lies in store. If you weren't excited for BlizzCon 2019 before this, you're crazy in my opinion. This one's going to be big, but the schedule might be just what you need to realize that this BlizzCon is going to be one of the biggest yet. Day 1, that's the Friday, kind of says it all. We're going to have the opening ceremony where each IP or game or franchise will get a little time slot to tell us what's coming next and highlight their key feature or system or selling point going forward. At this point, almost every universe and game under the Blizzard banner is expecting a new game or expansion. I think the only exception is Heroes of the Storm, but you know, it's Heroes of the Storm and StarCraft, I guess. Those two are probably getting left behind. They probably won't get anything big ever again, sadly, but Diablo is expecting big news, Overwatch is expecting big news, World of Warcraft is expecting some very big news, Hearthstone is expecting a new expansion at the very least, and we should hear more about Warcraft 3 Reforged. That opening ceremony is going to be chock-a-block, let me tell you, and then we move on to the rest of the day. The first time slot after the opening ceremony is usually where the largest announcement is placed. Last year we had a mystery Diablo panel slotted in here, and we all assumed it would be Diablo 4. That might have been the plan originally, apparently, but they pulled the plug on it at the last second and left us, and the Diablo team it sounds like, with just the Diablo Immortal announcement, which went down fabulously, as you can all probably remember. So what do we have this year for that super special time slot? Ooh, a coming soon. Another mystery announcement following the opening ceremony. Let's move forward, shall we? Another coming soon, and another coming soon, and another coming soon. There's 4 announcement sections on the Mythic stage for Friday night. In fact, that's all there is on the stage for Friday night, and they're all marked as coming soon. Usually we have information on the game that will be presented at the very least, but this year it's all up in the air. I doubt these schedules will get filled in or updated until the opening ceremony is either underway or finished. We'll know about pretty much every large announcement after the opening ceremony anyway. These panels are just to go in depth about what we can expect from whatever new game or expansion or update that's coming our way. But if they told us that panel 1 was all about Diablo 4, that would kind of ruin the surprise really in the opening ceremony. So I don't think we'll be able to fill in these blanks before BlizzCon actually happens, which is kind of exciting. So what could these 4 mystery panels be? I already said we're expecting something from each major game right now. Diablo 4 should be in there somewhere, it's almost guaranteed at this point, and honestly, if they don't bring Diablo 4 to BlizzCon this year, I don't know if the Diablo franchise would really recover, especially with everything about Diablo Immortal last year, the Chinese market and Blizzard's missteps these past few weeks. That ditch is already pretty deep. Not showing off Diablo 4, at least somewhat, is kind of like Blizzard just digging even deeper. If they go too far, Diablo may never make a decent comeback. So Diablo is probably one of the 4 mystery reveals. World of Warcraft is also due an expansion, the 8.3 PTR is chugging along nicely, and it looks like almost everything is already there. I doubt BlizzCon will talk much about 8.3, so that really only leaves 9.0 and a new adventure. That's 2 panels covered. Overwatch might not see a massive update, but there have been a lot of rumours about an Overwatch 2. That's a big enough announcement for the first slot right there, maybe. So Overwatch 2 might be one of the 4 reveals, and then Hearthstone is expecting another expansion as well. That one doesn't seem super important to keep totally hidden or cover up, but maybe they want to keep all of their cards in their hand and wait until BlizzCon to show us what they've actually got. Hopefully it's a royal flush and not a complete bluff. Of course, there's plenty of esports to watch on the first day as well, and a handful of other panels that talk about miscellaneous things like life at Blizzard and Blizzard animation. There are 2 panels marked Heroes of the Storm update and Hearthstone update, so maybe Heroes of the Storm will be getting something extra. The Hearthstone update could either be the actual Hearthstone announcement, which would free up one of the mystery reveals I guess, or it could just be talking a bit more in depth about what's coming next for Hearthstone. Usually there's a few panels for each game, but it looks like the first day is going to be all about those 4 coming soon reveals, and Blizzard really wants everyone's eyes to be on that. Before we move on to Saturday and the second day of BlizzCon, this year is going to be quite different when it comes to how much you can watch for free. All of those coming soon sections are actually available to watch for free on the BlizzCon website, just like the opening ceremony. I don't know how many of you tune into the opening ceremony every year, but as far as I know, that's always been free to watch. Anyone can hop on the BlizzCon website and see all of the new announcements for the first 30 minutes or however long the opening ceremony lasts. Most of the esports stuff is usually free too, but this time is the first time that some of the actual panels throughout the rest of the day have been made available to watch for free as well. So you don't even need a virtual ticket if all you're interested in seeing is the announcement for your favorite franchise. If the Diablo 4 announcement is slotted in there somewhere and you only really care about Diablo, chances are you'll be able to see that reveal for free. That's a pretty cool addition this year, but I do have to wonder how desperate Blizzard is going to be this year at BlizzCon. Not only are they gearing up for one of their best years when it comes to new releases and promising us new games, but they're also trying to make sure as many people can watch the reveals as possible without having to wait for someone to start re-uploading it or restreaming it, which always gets taken down fairly quickly, let me tell you. We all know this is an important BlizzCon for several games. I guess Blizzard knows it too. Alright, Saturday. What have we got to work with here? Saturday is usually the day which has some of the fluff panels, like art panels, music and voice acting panels, a day in the life of, that kind of stuff. A lot of fun if you're someone who lives and breathes Blizzard games, but not super interesting if all you want to hear about is the new games and their expansions. You can see we have a World of Warcraft update panel, an Overwatch update panel, 2 more coming soon panels, the World of Warcraft Q&A, and a Warcraft 3 Reforged update. So probably nothing for StarCraft sadly, but at least everything else looks pretty well covered. I imagine those coming soon panels are going to be what everyone is interested in, and then that's where most of the meat of this BlizzCon is going to be. Across both days, there's 6 panels that we just have no idea what they're going to be about. This BlizzCon is going to be rapid fire announcement after announcement after announcement. It's going to be hard to keep up. We can actually go a little bit deeper into this, just briefly, by looking at this year's BlizzCon map. You can see over on the far right, Hall D, that's where most of the announcements are going to happen. To the right of that we have the WoW stages and an area marked for a World of Warcraft demo. The public test realm is already underway for patch 8.3, so there's no reason to demo that at BlizzCon. In fact, that's probably why they're pushing 8.3 out as fast as they can, so everyone already kind of knows what that patch is about, how it ends and all that jazz, and then they'll be ready to have it all spoiled when they start talking about the next expansion. That's what I think the demo area is going to be all about, the WoW expansion. Maybe letting BlizzCon attendees play through a few quests in the new continent, new areas, maybe even play through some of the new dungeons. We might get to see some new class changes, new systems, new environments. That's super exciting for me. To the right again of that, we can see there's an area for the Hearthstone demo. Once again, probably for the new expansion or whatever else gets announced. A bit smaller than the WoW area though, they seem to think a lot more players will be interested in that WoW demo potentially. And right of that again we can see the Overwatch area with an Overwatch demo section neatly marked out. That's again a pretty large area for a demo, so an Overwatch 2 announcement isn't too far-fetched. It might even be playable at BlizzCon by the looks of things. Let's come back to Hall B. If you notice, all the other halls had a stage, a few other bits and bobs, and a demo area. There seems to be a large chunk of open space in Hall D, doesn't there? What's interesting is that last year there was also a gap in Hall D. That gap was filled by the Diablo Immortal demo. Obviously not too super exciting for last year, but what that does tell us is that one of their largest announcements should have a very sizable demo area available in Hall D. Even though Diablo Immortal did fall pretty flat, that's what they led with last year at BlizzCon. That was their big announcement. Again, it was probably meant to be Diablo 4, but they pulled the plug on it. But my point here, just in case I'm losing you, is that World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, and Overwatch all have designated demo areas already. Heroes of the Storm and StarCraft 2 are kind of side projects at this point, and have just been kept up to date enough for people to play them once in a blue moon, and they do also have demo areas that I'll go over quickly in a second. That leaves Diablo. If you're a Diablo fan, this should get you very, very excited. Assuming, of course, they don't pull the plug again and try to re-reveal Diablo Immortal or something silly. or Diablo 3 porting to whatever console is left, which actually I don't think there are any. I think you can play Diablo 3 on almost as many platforms as you can play Skyrim, which is definitely quite an accomplishment. So this large area of proposed demoing area is left entirely to the Diablo franchise. I would say it's probably a safe bet that the headlining announcement this year will be Diablo, and we'll see the reveal of Diablo 4. And it's probably going to be playable, otherwise that's a lot of wasted space. Now there is another section of BlizzCon which has been called the Blizzard Arcade. There's a lot of different demos down here, including various older Blizzard games like Diablo and Diablo 2, and even older startup games that we haven't seen in a very long time. Diablo 3 is down here, so is StarCraft 2, Heroes of the Storm is down here as well, and so is Warcraft 3 Reforged. So all of those games are accounted for in the Blizzard Arcade, which could be really cool. It's like a little archive of past Blizzard games, and they're all available for play. So this year's BlizzCon is shaping up to be one of the most exciting we've had in a very long time, almost no matter what Blizzard games you enjoy playing. You can even watch the majority of it this year without having to pick up a ticket. That's a double whammy if I've ever seen one, and I think it's a great idea from Blizzard's perspective. It's kind of a win-win for them. Now that doesn't mean a virtual ticket is entirely worthless. You'll get various goodies for all the Blizzard games, and you get to watch every single panel that's available, instead of just the ones that are marked coming soon. Sadly, you do have to fork over some real cash for those tickets, but it just so happens that I have 5 virtual ticket codes in my possession ready to be given away to some lucky chappies. All you have to do is hop on over to Twitter, find the BlizzCon giveaway, follow and reply to that tweet, and you might just win yourself a ticket. All the details are on the actual giveaway tweet, and this is the last day it's going to be open. I'll give you a link in the comment section below so you don't have to go hunting all over the place, and if you decide to enter, good luck to you. But that's all the news we have for BlizzCon 2019. Do you think we'll see huge reveals for every franchise and game? Are there any exceptions in there, do you think? StarCraft will probably get left behind in my opinion. What do you think will be on that main stage first and in the missing demo area? I still think it's going to be Diablo 4, nothing else seems to fit, but maybe you know something I don't. Leave all your thoughts in the comments section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon. You can see the names floating by on screen. If you want to join these lovely guys and gals, you can find a link in the description below. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.